Hey everybody, thanks for joining us today. This is May 19th, and I want to welcome everybody to our Sabbath School vlog today. We're starting lesson number 8, which is entitled Trusting God's Goodness. This is a lesson that we all can relate to. We've all gone through things in our lives that will cause us to ask the question, why? Why did this happen? Where were you? What happened? And that is the question that's left in Habakkuk's mind. The memory verse that's found in this week's lesson is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 14, which reads, "For the earth will be filled with the knowledge of the glory of the Lord as the waters cover the sea." The name Habakkuk essentially means to hold on. Habakkuk is left with a lot of questions, and he doesn't completely understand the answers, but he holds on to what he does understand, and that's that God is good. Sunday's lesson deals with pretty much the two questions that Habakkuk has. He's living in a time in Israel's history where things are they've hit rock bottom. Going through the last couple of kings, Manasseh, Joachim, and I believe Hezekiah. All of these kings had just brought a new depth to the injustice, the violence, the cruelty, the crime, the pagan worship of the nation of Israel. And Habakkuk lives to see the judgment of God fall upon the people of God. And Habakkuk, in the time that he's witnessing all of the violence, he's asking God a question found in Habakkuk chapter 1, verse 13. "Thou art of purer eyes than to behold evil, and canst not look on iniquity. Wherefore lookest thou upon them that deal treacherously, and holdest thy tongue when the wicked devoureth the man that is more righteous than he?" Habakkuk is essentially asking, how long will you bear to witness such atrocities happening all around at every level of society? It's an echo of the cry in the book of Daniel, where two saints are talking in Daniel chapter 8, verse 14, where one saint asks another, how long will this vision be, where the church will be given over to the little horn to be trampled underfoot, and the sanctuary also? It says, how long will this injustice be bared? Just this week we had a conversation, me and my cousins, about the news, the different things that we witness on the news, just how you just want to turn it off. I mean, you hear people say that, but it's true. There's just things that happen in the news that I just can't even repeat here. It just weighs you down. And the question was asked, why would God allow that to happen? Now, all I could say was this, that we need to trust on what we know and not let what we don't know hold us down. We don't know the whole story of why things happen. We just have to trust that God has a better vantage point than we do. And if these stories of these crimes and these injustices weigh us down and just afflict our soul, just like Habakkuk's soul was afflicted, how much more is God's soul afflicted? Habakkuk says his eyes are purer than our eyes. He cannot bear with iniquity, but he is the one that has to witness all of these injustices. We hear stories, but God sees stories, okay? And I believe that God is omnipathic. If he's omnipotent and omniscient, he has to be omnipathic. He has to know how we feel. He says he sees into the heart. And when we are in pain and we are in suffering, he's able to not only witness, but experience it to a certain level. Habakkuk asks, why, God? Why are you allowing this to go on? And the only response that God gives him, well, all of chapter 2 is actually a response to Habakkuk's question. God basically says, there is a time appointed where I will judge. God bears long with the injustices of this world, but he declares there is a day where I will make all things right. And in this particular situation, he says the Babylonians are coming to deal judgment to my people. And that just leaves another question in Habakkuk's mind, because the Babylonians were known for being wicked too. Just prideful, arrogant, and merciless. And he asks, how is it that you can judge Jerusalem with an even more pagan nation? Sometimes we don't understand where God is coming from, even in our days today, in our own lives. But something that we can trust in is that he loves us. He's proven to us without a shadow of a doubt through the cross of Christ that God is with us and he's not against us. God has our best intentions in mind. We just have to remember, we don't know the whole story, and we cannot see what God sees. Throughout this week, we're going to be just delving into the question why, and just kind of breaking it apart. Habakkuk is just 3 chapters, so I don't want to get too far into it, or we just do the whole lesson right now. But feel free, read it quickly. It's a quick read. I mean, each chapter is about 20 verses. It's smaller than some chapters found in the book of Matthew and the book of Psalms. You could read it quickly in probably about 5 minutes. So go ahead and go through that. I leave you with the thought as you go throughout your day, and just ponder the question, how does God view your life? Okay, we ask the question, how can he bear the injustice of the world? Well, how can he bear the injustice in my life? Are we making God have to witness things that tortures his soul? How's it about we find a way to bring a blessing upon his heart? I want to thank God for helping the Memory Verse boy graduate from preschool. He's pretty excited, about to start his well-earned summer vacation, where he's going to work double time on memorizing more verses to share with you guys. Thanks for supporting him. He really looks forward to hearing your comments and seeing your own video post of the memory verse. So keep on trucking, Memory Verse boy, and all the rest of you. God bless. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you tomorrow.